Hi guys, back with another video. We're going to have a look this week at the evening meet on Thursday at Sandown, covering the Henry II Stakes and the Brigadier Gerard Stakes. So they're the two big ones on the calendar next. But you wanted to mention something?
Yeah, there's one before that, the 6:35. So it's the second race of the evening. It's a blooming good card as well. Have a look at it. It's
on ITV as well.
Yeah. So they're showing it for good reasons by the looks of things. But all the most of the odds and what's running and riding is Racing Post is on there. But it's a horse, Mark Johnson's all blown by wind. Now I was saying to the boys before we come on, I actually backed a horse at the weekend called Dave Dexter. Took 3-1. It actually got caved in 13-8, and this horse actually beat it on the day. It's as I said, it's Mark Johnson's horse. He was beaten at odds on at Windsor before this, but he won at the weekend. He won it really well that day. It's going up slightly in what it's going to be competing against, but as I say, won it well. It just looks like Mark's going to be striking while the iron's hot with that one. You can get 4-1 at the minute.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Really?
Yeah, again, won well on good ground at the weekend. He's going to get good ground again, and it's over the same trip as well. So 5 furlong sprint might just be one to keep an eye out for. That's in no way a tip. Just
one you wanted to mention, just in case.
You never know. Never know. But again, to just sort of have a few days off and then be back out again.
Yeah.
They obviously think
Quick
a lot of
turnaround,
it.
isn't it? Yeah.
They think a lot of it. So
Yeah, it looks like he's got the highest rating as well in it.
But yeah, say it's...
Oh, that doesn't mean he's guaranteed to win, of course, but yeah.
No, but say 3 runs under rule so far. Looks a progressive type. So it might be one to just have a look at for your ACCAs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Okay, just got to go. So I come out of that to go and look at the what you were talking about there. So yeah, starting with the Henry Stakes.
Some good horses in that.
Yeah,
race,
there is.
actually.
Yeah, you know, from the odds that I got a couple of days ago, obviously still a bit early. Weekender was in at sort of number 1, 3-1, Gosden and Dettori. Then you had Magic Circle 4-1, Mount Mora at 4-1. That one with a really long, horrible name, Sheikh Zayed Road or something.
Yeah.
Sheikh Zayed Road.
I
That's
like
it.
that.
Okay.
I do like that horse.
5-1, and then Withhold at 5-1. They were the top sort of 5. That was basically just through sort of searching the internet, just trying to find what I could. You know, what I mean, there wasn't a hell of a lot about. Lot to sort of say about all of them, really. Where do you want to start?
Personally, I'm going to start with Sheikh Zayed Road.
David Sincock's horse, isn't it?
Yeah, very good horse. Been spending most of the time out in Maidan. Why wouldn't you want him? And
Mud.
has been on turf out there. So and has been running in better races. We know what people send out, especially when it comes to Maidan. There is some top quality racing out there. So he's no mug. Again, probably not the strongest race that he's been running in, but has had a longish sort of run compared to some of the others that are coming back off longer breaks. I think you've got the likes of Weekender and people like that.
Yeah, he's been off 54 days until like Thursday, basically.
Yeah, and we all know what you're getting with Weekender. He's out of Frankel. Has had a good bit of form leading up to this. A good couple of ones next to his name. Probably would have had another one if he didn't get disqualified. I can't remember who it was running against, but I know he did get bumped down to 2nd in a race. I think Mount Menorah was in.
Mount Moriah.
Moriah, sorry.
Raheem
House.
Raheem House.
That's what it was, just a little bit of something going on because Mount Moriah finished 5th in that race, but that's what you're quite...
I'm sweet on that. Won a listed race at Nottingham not too long ago. That was over 1.6 miles, so stepping up to sort of 2 mile, but won it sort of going away. So I'm just wondering 2
Harry
mile.
Bentley again that day as well. Yeah,
I just think 2 mile might be the sort of optimum trip as well. The form, in theory, looks pretty good. At Ascot last year, actually came 4th behind Alden St George. Won it that day. Torsador and Stradivarius. So if you're looking for franked form,
can't exactly argue
very
that,
good.
can you? Yeah.
no. So that and again at 2 mile as well. I just think that may be the optimum trip. Red Beckett really does rate the horse as well. So again, in not as good company as it was at Ascot last year, if it's progressive as we think it is, then I just think it's in a really good shout at 4s. I can feel the Trixie coming on. I don't know.
Already,
but that's the one I'm sort of I'm sweet on for that.
As I say, I was quite keen on weekender. I do. There's something about Sheikh Zayed Road that I do like. As I say, has been running in very good company over in Maidan, as most horses that run in Maidan are in good company. Different kettle of fish, really, coming back here. Different sort of setup for him. But I do expect a good run. Whether he'll win is a different matter. At 9-2, I'd be quite happy to take that sort of price on.
There's some backable.
Weekender's form is very good, and has already beaten a few of the horses in the race, or at least one of. But there are a lot that you can. I mean, Red Veridon, James Doyle.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Actually, came second to Defoe last time out at
Tried
Newmarket.
to get away, didn't he? But he got reeled in.
I mean, he did get reeled in, and Defoe's obviously proven to be up there with the best like this season, certainly. But again, if it gets a run on everything over that sort of trip as well, you never know. But a bit of value at 9's in there, so possibly an each way shout for that.
And obviously, can't not talk about Ryan Moore in most flat races, and he's on a Mark Johnson horse. Again, one of my favourite trainers in the flats. Time to study. He just ended last year very well. A couple of back of a couple of wins. A couple of seconds this year round. I think maybe this might be out of his reach. Possibly, but again, with Mark Johnson on those sort of races, you can never tell, can you? I mean, 2 mile. The longer distances, he seems to find something.
Yeah, no, again.
1 mile 5, 1 mile 2 to 2 mile. Mark Johnson's a bit of a wizard.
Yeah, again, he was second. This horse was second at Torsador as well, at Ascot. And again, that form with Torsador, as you see how good he's been of late as well. And he beats Desert Skyline as well, who ran well last time out as well. So again, there's a few in there with chances. It's just whether you're looking at on the nose or the each way value. But so I think we've all got our opinions on what we're going for on that day, which is nice.
Yeah, I quite fancied that with Hold at 5-1, to be honest.
Yeah,
got some reasonable form.
Is that Roger Charlton's horse as
well? Yeah, plenty of sort of like first and seconds in there. But he's had a bit of a break again. It's been quite a long break, really.
Massive race last time. Well, I'm going to say massive, like a big field.
Big field,
at Newmarket last time out.
Yeah, D'Souza was on that. He was favourite that day. 5-1 favourite that day.
D'Souza, a man on form as well. He had a good weekend, didn't he? A couple of big prices, as always, but he had a good weekend.
But yeah, he'd been off the track for, 220 odd days, or just over. So maybe might be a bit much coming back off that, but
it's a tough race.
Decent run at Newbury as well, behind Weekender as well, behind that.
We've seen many horses come back, haven't we, from a break and bolt up. But
yeah, you never know. I say it's a decent meet, so hopefully they're all in top shape for it. But,
Okay, well we'll move along then to the Brigadier Gerard Stakes. Again, you've got some reasonable horses to look at there, haven't you, really?
Queen's got one in there.
Yeah, you've got Poet's Word seems to be the favourite.
4 5.
Yeah, 4 5, yeah. Fabricate is there as well.
It's the Queen's, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amovedor. And then Owen Burrows, Addeybb or something like that pronounced, I guess it is. Crowley's Rise.
Yeah. Also in their Sparkplug, who had one hell of a all-weather season, didn't he?
Again, that was just a top few that I found looking at.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think that would be I think this sort of race is probably beyond Sparkplug, maybe. With Poet's Word in there, I think.
Yeah, so I'm not. I'm reluctant to back favourites at the best of time, but
that's a good combination. Stout more, though, isn't it? On that sort of
more. That was actually second behind Hawkbill over in
got
Dubai.
that down here, actually.
Over Dubai in the Shima
just
Classic.
about to bring that up, but you beat me to it. But yeah,
stats and figures are here.
Yes, they are. That again, that was over 1 mile 4, and just literally got outstayed ever so slightly. But again, second behind Cracksman at Ascot last year. So again, once again, if you're looking for form. You look what Cracksman's gone on to do.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't argue with it, can you?
No. But I just think this trip as well may bring out the best, and I think depending on what price you get, I don't know what it's going to go out at.
It's 4 to 5 in most places at the moment. Yeah, I think.
So again, one for you, just your accumulators.
I think we can all, in some respects, safely say that's probably justified in the field and his type. Like you say, when you look at his form, the races, the horses that have gone in front.
Yeah.
The odds probably are correct. Whether they'll drift out to give people just a chance, a sniff at getting evens at it.
I think that Fabricate there at 7 to 2, Doyle's right. I think that looks an interesting bet because He's had like 18 starts. He's had 5 wins and 6 places. He won
Older horse, and
he won 31st of March at Kempton. Okay, he was favourite that day. And prior to that, the race before that was 27th of April at Sandown, and he finished second to Crystal Ocean, who we all know well done so well at the weekend.
So again, we're talking about
so again, like what you're saying, you know what I mean? It proves he's no slouch by any means.
No.
Yeah, as I say, I mean, a couple of them up in class and up in trip as well. But again, I do think you'll be hard to beat the favourite on that particular race.
Yeah,
so
probably. But
anything that's come second, the Hawkbill and Cracksman.
I mean, that form is very, very good form. You look at what those horses again. Hawkbill went on and done well in Maydown.
Yeah.
Not so long ago. Cracksman's obviously come back.
Yeah.
As strong as ever. Looking forward to Ascot. So, yeah, it's tough to see past, especially that combination Moore Stout. It's very tough. The odds obviously aren't what you'd want.
No.
Maybe the bookies will take a chance on the day if you're watching at home, because it will be obviously on ITV.
Yeah.
There's a chance it might do, but you're never going to get more than even so.
No, as I say, I mean, I think it's
it's not the toughest of races.
It's slightly less of a trip, but again, he's not. I don't think he's going to encounter anything as good as Cracksman and Hawkbill on this particular occasion.
No.
It's probably the correct race to put him in on
the evening.
On the evening, to be fair, and probably didn't have much of a choice with the rest of the races in it. But I'd say on his rating that he's on, that's a more than winnable race.
Yeah, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Given, like you say, given what he's managed to achieve, even if it was second to an absolute, belter sort of thing,
You're hard pushed beating those two on any occasion. So.
Yeah.
But those are our selections, not tips, just selections.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, that's really, the big sort of next, meet really.
Yeah,
they're the three that we wanted to cover anyway.
Just quickly mention a bit of a poor showing from Addeybb at the weekend.
Yeah,
it was tough. Probably too soon. Well, I say too soon, but
I don't know whether it was the ground, whether it was the trip. I don't think any of it was ideal. But they had to find somewhere for him. I think again, if Ascot is the plan, they've got to get a run in at some point.
3 weeks to Ascot.
Yeah, and I think it was just a case, for the owners, where else do you go? But I think they were quite diplomatic about it before the beginning of the race, that maybe the trip and the ground wasn't ideal. But let's have a run. You never know. We might, might surprise us. But
one hell of a finish though. Rhododendron Brand. I mean.
Ryan Moore fancied a shift, didn't he?
Yeah, we know the horse is very good at the best of times. Like you say, Ryan Moore turned up and ran very well. Yeah. I mean, Lightning Spear looked quite easy.
Well, it went down to
out, didn't he?
I thought he had it on the head box.
He looked too out that it could have been his. It looked Lightning Spears at some point to lose, because obviously Moore's come out wide and he's come straight through the pack, so you're almost not shortest route, but I mean, it just Rhododendron found enough, didn't it? O'Brien again,
just about. I mean, Asheen looked like he was absolutely cantering at one point, and as you said, had to look for a gap. Found it again. It come down to the head bob, so whoever's put their head down first is going to win that. There was literally nothing else.
Yeah, it was a big cheer in our house from Jess when they their track commentator actually announcer called out 1, 2, 3. So
yeah, I mean, again, I think the best horse in the race. Yeah. I think the best horse in the race has won, but again, I think you just have to look at unfortunately Ryan Moore's consistency, and but again, when he's riding for O'Brien, he tends to up his game, and
I mean, talking about Rhododendron, there's a chance might be running again this weekend over in the Curragh. I mean, there's quite a lot of horses.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are rumours.
We've got no confirmation of
there's
what is going.
Some big guns will be out, but
like you say, it's only 3 weeks till Ascot. So
they're all looking at getting a run. We've had a look at some of the cards for Saturday and Sunday. The likes of Harry Angel, Crystal Ocean again. Cracksman even for Sunday. Again, nothing confirmed, but
Gustav Glimt again is meant to be running on the Saturday.
Yeah.
What is again, it's all hearsay at the moment.
Yeah, we'll try and keep an eye on it, and
Capri,
obviously
Cliffs of Moher. There's some big names that are being bandied about. What we'll
keep an eye on Twitter. Yeah,
hopefully by sort of Thursday, Friday, we'll have a better idea of what is actually happening, and we'll send out a few tweets. And again, we won't give you tips. We'll just tell you that they're running.
Yeah,
what you do with your money after that is up to you.
On that front, just quickly with Cracksman, obviously very impressive first one out. We'll see what he does back over. Not on British soil, but closer to home in some respect. If Addeybb was going
to Ascot, that question.
Addeybb or Cracksman? Well, everyone. I mean, it is. It's one of those that where do you?
It's a question that everybody gets asked, isn't it?
I think the most obvious solution to that is wait and see who Frankie picks up.
It would be that. What would you? All right. Regardless of that, take that away. If we're going on the ability of what we've seen on the horse.
Yeah.
because they've both won their races, not with ease, but not struggled. Let's be honest. I mean, Addeybb won the Arc.
Going away.
I'm not saying that put one of us on board that she's going to win. I'm not saying Frankie has no part in what these horses do. But what I'm saying is put one of your amateur jockeys on it, on those horses, on their capabilities. You go Ascot, who wins?
Addeybb.
Yeah.
I think she is slightly better. I think she's got a bit more. Cracksman grinds it, works for it, but Addeybb, she
seems to go away from them. Yeah.
Once she
well,
fancies
as you
it,
say,
she's
you know,
away and gone.
everybody knows this is my sort of first flat season, so I've heard a lot of talk about both. Addeybb have yet to see run. Cracksman had a run.
Over in France.
Yeah, over in France.
Yeah, I think I might.
In not ideal ground as well.
Yeah.
And Addebb's the same. She'll go on any ground, which we've seen.
But I think if what I've read and what I've seen, and like you say, it's the ultimate question that everybody keeps asking. I think there is just a slight tendency to lean towards Addeybb at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's put it out there.
Yeah, we'd love to know what people think.
Yeah.
But on that one, we obviously
poll done on Twitter.
Yeah.
We can do that. And,
you can chuck one of them up. Yeah.
We'll see, and we'll announce it next time out. It's
It's
interesting.
just one of those. I just wanted to pose that question and see what we all thought, because we hadn't actually spoke about that, because obviously they said Addebb's missing. Ascot has kind of gone out the window, but just on the horse's ability.
Yeah.
Regardless of who Frankie chooses, if we're just putting whoever on, I was just curious to see what everyone thinks on that front, to be honest with you, because they're class horses.
Yeah.
That's the best problem Frankie would have.
Yeah, as I say, they both go on any ground. They both go over any trip, it seems. So you've got out and out stayers and complete sprinters as well. That's tongue in cheek. I'm not saying that is the case.
It does definitely seem the one that everybody wants to see in it. You know, it's like the sort of boxing heavyweight, and you know, it's like the two. It's the two lads together sort of thing. You know, so it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, we'll put it out there.
Yeah, just curious to see what people thought.
Yeah, let us know what you think about it. So, one other little thing just to mention, give a quick mention to Caroline's artwork, which we're now in business with.
Yeah.
So, have a look at the screen. We'll get a couple of pictures up so you can just see it now.
We'll keep getting those tweets out just so people can follow them because they are worth.
If you're into racing, you know you've got to get them basically. They're fantastic.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, please have a look. It's was it Horse Art One at Horse Art One? Yeah, there's a Twitter page, which is on Facebook as well. Caroline Cook.
Jump on the website and you can see them in the Money Rider shop.
Yeah, we'll put the link down. In the description. They're brilliant paintings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah,
and she's very accommodating as well. If there's stuff that you can't find that's on there, it's rare if you can't find a horse that you're looking for. But if they're not, drop us a message or drop her a message, and she'll look to accommodate you.
Definitely.
Brilliant.
Well, that wraps it up then, boys.
On to Thursday, and we'll keep you posted of anything we
find
find out
about
the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. See you again next time.
Lovely.